Raymond L.G. Taimanglo. I live in the village of Chico. In the interest of time, I will begin my presentation. The D-EIS did not fully explore viable military sites for training and firing ranges because it dismissed them for various reasons which raises some concerns. The military sites reviewed to construct firing range on the West Coast were easily dismissed. As a result, these sites or a combination did not go through the rigorous step 2 analysis, which may deny the decision makers the option to select a site or a combination thereof. The reasons given to dismiss the West Coast sites didn't seem justified enough to drop them as an alternative. Concerns such as denying the use of recreational areas, restrictions on favorite dive spots, restricted ocean travel for boaters, restricted hiking trails, and possible impact on tourism all hold true when applied to the East Coast alternative of Sasitan, which is the only alternative given in the D-EIS. The advice given by the Office of the Governor to explore the eastern side of the island for possible alternatives made it easier to dismiss a host of federal sites located in the west coast of Guam. In addition, all military sites had a common caveat in dismissing potential sites that were considered incompatibility with future military missions. To simply dismiss the alternative to put a range at Taimanglo Valley because it was incompatible with future military missions is questionable, especially when this line is used to dismiss all military sites that was considered. Once again, the decision makers could be denied the benefit of selecting this alternative because of the one catch-all statement. The Taimanglo Valley alternative is a good alternative since it is a convenient location for training and ranges. The Taimanglo Valley complements activities as described in the requirements list of the D-EIS. This alternative must be explored and, if possible, selected for training and range operations in lieu of the East or West Coast. The military must strive hard to resource the build-up from within their land inventory. In addition, this alternative is consistent with the initial statement by JPO that only existing federal land will be used for military build-up. You should not take lightly the fact that a viable alternative within the military reservation has been dismissed. You have a duty to inform the approvers of the EIS prior to the record of decision that there are other viable alternatives besides the East Coast alternative, even if the Taimanglo alternative possesses some constraints. I call upon the decision makers and responsible federal officials and military leadership to challenge their planners and staff to make this alternative work for the military. The only two alternatives offered for training and firing ranges are on the east coast of Guam, and it's really just one alternative. In reality, it is an alternative within an alternative. The only real difference is the rerouting of Route 15 and number of acres. This is the only alternative that received a step 2 analysis because all other military sites were dismissed. The only two alternatives presented in the D-EIS appears to take an easy way out. As a matter of fact, the impact table shown in the D-EIS seemed to communicate that in all assessment categories, there were no real impact. Very one-sided if you ask me. All in favor of the preferred alternative, which is the East Coast alternative. The military build-up is so large of a project that it warrants close scrutiny and review. The consolidation of all the military build-up projects into one D-EIS document serves no justice for the environment, the military, and the people of Guam. As I go over the D-EIS, I notice a pattern of cut and paste. Many of the writings are used typically in every volume. This indicates to me the level of effort and scrutiny needed to produce a good EIS might have been jeopardized. Each major project should be a standalone project with its own EIS so it receives a good review and all viable all viable and feasible alternatives explored and weighed so the best decision is made. It is evident by some of the tables that the build-up will have little to no impact on our environment or people. The D-EIS is so voluminous that shortcuts could have been taken just to end the misery of preparing such a large document. I urge you to relook the D-EIS as it is prepared. The D-EIS should be redone with the approach of one project, one EIS. Although there is a sense of urgency to get the D-EIS approved, we must also recognize that we can only do this once. Once you take our lands away, we lose it forever. And I'm talking from experience because my mom gave up 18 hectares to the military and we don't have it back. Thank you.